Welcome back to the channel. We're back down here for boat blacking and some minor maintenance on the engine. Just taking a look around the marina. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Shobnall Marina. There is an absolute wealth of history here. It's incredible. And a suggestion that the railway ran next to the canal at one point. Railways have gone and the canals have superseded it. And as we saw from the last time, to get maximum benefit of the dry dock, going to get another boat in here. Courtesy of Matt, and maybe even another Matt. To get maximum benefit of the dry dock, as you can appreciate, time is money. From the previous video, we're now sat in what was the original head of the old Bond End Canal. One can only appreciate that this was once a thriving entrance port for said canal, and I'm hoping at some point to do another video on that subject when I've got the time. The water, it's not sitting down properly. The second time of asking.
And floats to the sea.
Yeah. Nearly there. Once we get the stop gate in position, and we can see the procedure of the removal of the water and turning this maintenance shed into a dry dock. Once a lock. All prepped. I personally am interested in the original brickwork of what was the original lock here, as I've mentioned, that this being the head of the old Bond End Canal. And what's a pretty normal procedure for most is of keen interest to me. Another busy morning, getting the boat into dry dock. We're all in now. Got the shutter in after a bit of a faff, but we're all sorted. And my friend Kevin, ex-navyman, is in here for a week for boat blacking. And no anode's being put on. All good. 2 hours to get here. Water's draining out quite nicely. So the boys have said, go and take a look outside, go and see what's pumping this water out. So at this point I've edited the volume down a little bit. It is quite noisy, but oh boy is it impressive. Just look at that, look at the mechanics in that. And it's pumping this water out at an incredible rate. And for those of you driven by what we do with the environment and sustainability methods, well, I'm sure that you can agree. The water, although pumped out back into the system, will then be returned later to allow the boat to leave the dry dock. Kev's happy. That's it for today. Nice and secure dry dock. Nearly drained. Time to go and get something to eat. Put feet up for a bit as the business closes for the day. Right then, I'm back down here at Shobnall Marina. I've come down here to see my old mucker, Kevin, while he's having his boat black, and bringing him a piece of breakfast cake. And surprise, surprise, it's raining! Yeah! Why not? You know, let's just spice it up a little bit with a bit of rain. We're going to bring the boat out here, I think on Friday morning. Then we're going to take it back up the Trent and Mersey in the rain. Yeah! Yeah, all joking aside, all it's done is rain, rain, rain for months and months and months, all winter 2023 into 2024. And I'm pretty much used to it anyway. I work outside generally at night, so although it's raining, it is quite mild. So hey, we're in dry dock anyway, so it's all good. And look at that, 3 coats on, looking pretty darn good. And also a nice bit of work in the engine bay. Cleaner it looks.
Yeah, it does. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very similar inside to my engine bay.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they put a bucket underneath. So it's just underneath there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. So remember what I was saying about the original Bond End Canal? This was the lock. Can you see where it just curves around there? The brickwork there, that's the original lock. And obviously you've got the dry dock, which was formed many years later. So Kevin is about to allude to the galvanic isolator. There's a reason for that, and it's the difference of saving a few pounds on new anodes, and the boys have told Kevin unhappy about it. He doesn't need them.
The galvanic isolator is working on this boat because they've been on those anodes have been on 4 years.
Saving Kevin without the welding cost £320.
How substantial these boats are until they're
out of the water. 100%. All the paintwork done. Kevin's very happy with the work that the boys have done down here. Cracking job. Going to highly recommend the place. And just looking back at what was the old Bond End Canal and some of the brickwork there from the old railway lines that used to run through here as late as 1974. Hey, here we are, back in the water, or back in water. All good, all blacked. Yeah. Look at that. So those of you familiar with boating, there's a familiar term that I use, canal rash, and we're going to do our very best to avoid any of that as we venture out back onto the canal. One happy boater, 3 happy people. Nice, coming out without scratches. To use a pop culture reference, here's where the fun begins. I got a bad feeling about this. Reversing the boat out. Nice. And to the uninitiated, and those of you that are considering taking up the life, I strongly recommend it, of course. No bias. It is very difficult to steer a narrowboat in reverse, but it is doable if one takes their time. So scratches, bumps and knocks are inevitable. It's a simple fact of canal life, but we're doing our level best to lessen the impact, particularly with the boat just having fresh paint. And although it's cured, as Matt adds a little colour here,
just giving you a nice sideways shot of the boat with all the fresh blacking on it. That's what it was.
Yeah, it looks
just modelling it so you can see down the sides.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt, you've got to rock it a bit. You know you have. Nice bit of impetus there, and absolutely right. You just don't want to scratch the thing. You spent too much time on it and done such a good job. Canal rash is inevitable, so don't think you're not going to get a scratch on your boat. So narrowboats are flat bottom, so it doesn't help. So what Kevin's doing now is taking it forward, and then he'll bring it back again, levelling it up. And then what we'll do is we'll get it through the entrance section and back out on the canal, checking of course to see if there's any boats coming along the navigation. So it's fairly early in the morning, 9 o'clock, place has just opened, and so it's pretty quiet out there on the canal.
Just stumbling and everything. Yeah, just banging everything. On the way in, they crashed straight into the bridge, and I was on the front of the boat. It was square blind, but I had bricks. full force as fast as they could and use the ricochet to line themselves up.
Matt's just explained to Kevin that some people don't care. They bring it out of dry dock and they just start crashing it into the wall, and undue care and attention. You'd be absolutely amazed.
You can't go wrong because there's 2 mats, so just shout Matt and you'll get at least one reply.
We'll get a mat thrown.
You get a mat thrown at you. You'll see one with a cat pop up and then another one with like a brush next to him like that. Pair of meerkats.
Are you local, Matt? Are you?
I'm just in Derby, and then Matt's just other Matt's just up at Orra was.
Oh, was he? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, our backyard. Yeah.
See, all the money goes to Orwas, like.
Yeah.
I live in Orwas.
Well, we've got to build it up somehow. So then you still burn witches up that end. I've never understood what they mean by that one, but I like the fact that it's a saying.
Hey, we had that. What did we have last night from the chip shop there?
From the Greek chip shop. Is it gyros? Gyros? Greek gyros?
Greek.
Oh my god.
Is that a good oh my god, or was that a bad oh my god?
It was too filling.
Oh, right.
You got loads. It was really, really nice. Gyros, I think it was. Loads of chicken. Love Greek food.
Greek's good. I'm a bit more of an Italian fan myself.
Oh, don't. I love Italian lasagnas and that sort of thing. This is lovely.
Well, with all the mats in dry dock offering such a great service, I can honestly say that Kevin has absolutely enjoyed his experience here and has done nothing but go on about it since.
Have a safe trip back, guys. I hope the weather holds for you. Fingers crossed. Well, it's
Thank you for your time.
no worries, no, it's no problem. No, thank you for coming.
Into the light, Luke.
Now, Matt, here's a smile. Thank you.
No worries, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's blacking services by the boat company here at Shobnall Marina. By all the mats, and by all accounts, all the mats are very, very good. Kevin is very pleased with the services that they've rendered for him, saving him money on anodes.
Stir the pot a bit.
And in closing, an incredible service, bonding, banter. What more could you ask for? Authenticity. It is a busy marina. We've got some boats going in, so for blacking, they're coming out, they're going in. Hey there, thanks for watching my video this far. Could you please do me a big solid and hit that bell for notifications of future videos as they drop on the channel. And with the boat now freshly blacked and back on the water, we're heading back up to Barton Turn. We've got 3 locks to navigate. See how much canal rash we can pick up through there. Hopefully none. That is the objective, to get the boat back into the marina. The weather's pretty good. It is April. It has been very, very wet as we come under the A38 road bridge here at Burton-on-Trent. Go on, Kevin, look at it. It looks absolutely stunning in the water. Look at her move. So I'm getting on and off the boat periodically. Obviously, like I've said, we're concerned about canal rash. But just look at the towpath. The CRT, in conjunction with their contractors, are redeveloping miles of towpath, which goes all the way down to Derwent Mouth and currently up to Tatton Hill Lock. Some areas are tarmacked, some are pea gravel, and some are just compacted. But this is apparently going to be going on for quite some time to come. There are contractors dotted around all the way up the route as we head back to Barton Turn Marina. So in recent years we've been on canals such as the Coventry, the Grand Union, the Ashby. This is where I'm going to jump on the boat. Can you hear me with the wind? And although beautiful canals, they don't quite get the same funding as the main lines. Now in terms of beauty, environment and development, it can be said that the Trent and Mersey is perhaps the best canal on the system. And the more discerning narrowboater may argue that, but if you've been on this canal between the Derwent and where we are now, you'll be treated to 20 miles of absolutely incredible vistas. Starting down there at Trent Junction on the Sawley Cut, into the Trent and the Derwent section, and then on to Derwent Lock, lock number 1, and the journey all the way to the top is absolutely incredible.
Hiya, how are you?
Now we're on approach to one of the compounds where they're doing quite a lot of work. They're using Rotherham Group, contracting out their equipment. Rotherham Group are based on the Coventry Canal. Let's have a look what they're doing.
What is it, a 2 o'clock finish today, is it? Hey.
Good operator on the excavator there, steadying the barge as we go by. And now for the all-important briefing.
Now lads, right, here's the brief. I want yellow lights, I want green lights, I don't want no blue lights on this site, you got me? Otherwise there'll be bloody trouble.
What can I say? I just can't help myself. I'm a blue-collar guy like these guys doing the work. And it's generally a gentleman's agreement on a Friday that you get done at 2, you get everything wrapped up, and you get yourself off, because generally a lot of guys work on a Saturday night, and that can be a Saturday into a Sunday. Yes, they work all week, Monday to Friday, and they'll do that all-important extra shift on a Saturday night that gets a hell of a lot more work done, and generally at night. And yes, these contractors are working in conjunction with CRT. They're just getting rid of materials that they've dug out, and they'll be loading it onto a wagon and sending it away. And now we're approaching Branston Lock, where there's some more contracting work going off. They're putting in handrails, and we're just up here to avoid more canal rash. So over to the right hand side of the lock, there's some work going off there too, and they've got a contractor there with a windlass that's helping us out, which frees me up to concentrate on getting Kevin's boat safely through the lock with minor scratches or knocks. And one of the contractors is from the Emerald Island itself, from Tralee in beautiful County Kerry. There he is, look, with his windlass. What a lovely chap. And because the lock is set, Kevin can just go straight in. Perfect. So the guys are just finishing off an handrail by the wash, so nobody falls in basically, and just some minor repairs to the lock gates, and just some remedial work. Pretty good, and much needed, and very much welcome. And if I can help anyone out, I will. So the lock gates are a lot easier to open. The ironmongery has all been greased up. Gates have been balanced out. Just little things like that make an hell of a difference. And there are some double locks down there from the Derwent up to Schwartzton that some of the lock gates are very, very heavy. So these locks, these single locks, seem very childlike by comparison. And yet more evidence of improved towpath. I'm told that pea gravel will be going over this. We'll see. So I've walked on the towpath most of the way back. It's only a few miles. It makes a massive difference, and I do like helping people out and getting involved. And of course I get to set the lock for Kevin so that he can go straight in, which again reduces the impact of him having to go onto the lock landing and then push off the lock landing, go through the lock. It certainly does help. Unfortunately, there are no boats coming in the opposite direction. Lock 11, Tatton Hill. This is an absolutely picturesque lock and lock house and working boat. And just look at this plate on this lock, 1975. Wow. I was 11 years old. And I think Kevin, bless him, would have been about 20. Well, we've done 2 locks at Branston and Tatton Hill. We're coming up for the final one at Barton Turn lock number 10. Barely a scratch on her. In fact, no scratches on her because we got ahead of the locks and set them for Kevin to go straight in. And here we are on the approach to the lock. I've already set it. Leaky. Come straight in. And I think we've done ourselves proud to have not got a scratch on it after a successful visit down at Shobnall Marina, and the boys, Matt and many other Matts down at the boat company there that run the dry dock. So, not to jar the boat around in the lock, I'm going to control the flow of water into it. This lock can be pretty fast filling up. Don't let the water rush in. Release one paddle first and the boat don't rush forward then. It's already a leaky lock, so let's carry on. That's lock number 10, Barton Turn, safely navigated, no scratches, no bumps, nothing, no bruises or contusions. So we've had a fantastic run. It's just coming up to 11 o'clock in the morning, a nice 2-hour trip back. But for assurance reasons, Kevin's decided that he's going to moor up outside. He's going to speak to the marina staff so that they have an understanding as to why he's actually moored up out there and may stay here overnight. It's a windy one today. Well, there's Kev moored up. There he is. Back at the marina, but unfortunately because of the wind, a high wind, we're expecting it to get a lot more blustery later on. There's a sappy look. We've chosen the option to keep the boat out here until the wind drops and it's a little bit more settled. It makes more sense. We don't want to damage any of the boats. That's it. It's all good. And so, with conditions a lot better, the wind has completely dropped within reason, less than 4 knots, which is more than acceptable. We're going to bring the boat back in, ropes off, nose away, and we are safely back on the marina in less than 10 minutes. And after a little discussion of what we're going to be doing next, it's over to Dog Friendly Poms for breakfast. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, please consider hitting the notification bell for future videos as they land on my channel. If you were to do this with your favourite narrowboating channel, indeed if you were to do this with your favourite YouTube channel, I'm sure that they would appreciate it just as much as I do, whether that's at home on the inland waterways in the UK or here in the Maldives in the North Erie Atoll on the beautiful Safari Island. Thank you very much for watching this far. I'll see you all again in my next video. Thank you.